Team, I'm going to show you how to create an MI event. There we go. An MI event to show up in your Staccato summary report. So that you can have your bonuses paid out. So I'm at the school that I want to create an MI at, and that's Baden Elementary. We have already had an MI with them, so I'm just going to scroll down and to the touch track Staccato. You're going to click on the round that you want to create the MI on. So I hit that used to say opened. So I come down and this would say opened. I come down here and I hit MI because I've scheduled an MI. You want to hit when it's going to be for. It was for the 16th. And then here I write anything that's pertinent for me to know because this will show up on your activity tickler. So this was a reschedule. She called me back and we rescheduled for 9 a.m. And then I hit save. And this will show up in your summary report. Not yet. Not until you add an MI event. So I saved it. It brought me to this new window. Okay, and you're going to go add MI event. And then you're going to type in meaningful interaction. It should just pop up. There we go. You're going to put the start dates and time. Since we've told the KDMs that it's only going to last 15 to 20 minutes, so you only want to block off a half hour of time because this will show up in your GM's Salesforce calendar. For the description, you want to put anything that's pertinent to the conversation for your GM. This description will go through email, and it will be emailed to your GM and to Eric and to Matt. So anything that's pertinent for the conversation to happen. Since this was a web lead, I can put in free and reduced, past fundraising, who is Terry Crocker, like who is your GM talking to. I've noticed that when these MI descriptions, these MI summaries come through in the email, the name of the contact and the phone number of the contact do not appear. So this whole top half, the GMs don't see. So I've gotten into the habit of writing out their name and their phone number. If this is just a school that I've called and they've agreed to meet, then there's not too much that I can say in the description. But again, anything that's pertinent to the conversation with your GM would be helpful. Then right down here, you'll hit MI scheduled. Don't worry about the disposition, summary, or next steps yet. That's for afterwards. You want to keep the reminder at 15 minutes because that will pop up on the day of the MI. Then you come down here and you add invitees right under invite others. You're always going to invite 3 people to the MI. You're going to invite your GM, Matt Nolan, and Eric Cho. So I'll just show you how that works. So Mark Norman, I click his name, insert selected, and then you hit done. It brings you to the new window. You'll see that he's invited. Okay, and then you can come right here and hit save and send update. At that point, you'll see in your email that the summary has gone through, and your GM, Matt, and Eric will be able to see the summary. I'm going to hit cancel because this has already happened, and I don't want to confuse Mark. But I'll bring you back to the accounts. And if you scroll down to activity history, you can see the MI has been scheduled. So I click on that, and you can see what I originally said. So this was a rescheduled conversation. She's a principal. She prefers a certain phone number. Since this was a web lead, I got to find out a lot about her. And after the MI has happened, you want to come to this anyway because you need to hit that it's been executed. And then the different descriptions are in your manual, so you can choose the appropriate one. Most GMs aren't too descriptive of how the calls go, so it went great, and she's thinking about Fun Run You. But I think the most important thing is probably the next steps. What's going to happen next? So this will take a short conversation with your GM. Typically, some of us just email them and ask them how it went. Sometimes we text them if it's, really important. We want to get that done so that we can create the opportunity. Once it's been executed, once the MI has happened, you want to hit save. You don't need to send an update or anything like that. I don't know if there is a option for sending a new update, but you just want to hit save. Once you hit save, you'll see this create opportunity button. This is really important that you create the opportunity from the MI because in the future, when they pull data, they'll see how many opportunities were created directly from an MI conversation. So you'll hit create opportunity, and there's definitely another video showing you how to create or what to fill in for the opportunities. So you've seen how to schedule it through Staccato, scheduling here, then you hit save. And then once the MI is done, you come back to the MI log, you hit executed and everything like that. And then you don't have to come back to this. What I do like to do is go back to the account, scroll down, and whichever rounds that the MI was created on, I like to hit close. I like to change this to close rounds. So you're coming back to this window because if you don't, it'll keep popping up on your activity tickler, and that's how you get 400 people on your activity tickler. So you always want to close this out. To check that you've scheduled an MI, you can go to Home and bring up the Productivity Summary Report. And you'll see that you've booked an MI. And once it's been executed, you'll see this number go up as well. I hope that was helpful. If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will talk to you soon.